Here we go.
Where?
In the title.
You could do that when you schedule a show.
For some reason, it just doesn't want to work. And the commercial's up, so I guess we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Welcome.
You early birds catch the worm. I'm actually thinking about trying to come up with some kind of way to reward you guys, you subscribers. What's up, Al Diaz? How are you?
Yes. Drone Pool.
Drone Pool was the first one here, and I was mentioning, Timothy was here as well. I just wanted to mention that maybe we need to come up with something to get these guys in here a little earlier, maybe perhaps have some kind of giveaway or something.
Well, you know what I wanted to ask you about?
What's that?
Hey Curtis, what's up, man?
Curtis. It's about what?
The hats that we were supposed to be getting. That someone was supposed to have donated some hats. And
you know what?
Borough hats and
I have not seen or heard from dude.
Albert, how's it going? Hey, did you send me that email?
Oh, okay. You're talking to Rick Halber.
Yeah, I'm talking to Rick Halber.
What's up, Mark? I sent you a link too. Mark, Curtis, you also have a link.
Edy Nunez, what's up, man?
Timothy, if you want to come in, I can send you the link too. Well, I think Kurt would have to do that. So if Kurt can come in. What's up, Edy Nunez? Everyone's coming in nice and early. I like this.
Eddie, I see you getting kind of high up there in the sky.
Listen, guys, Edy Nunez took a helicopter tour yesterday over Manhattan. And
you're crazy, bro.
They were some beautiful shots. Okay, they were really some beautiful shots. I might try and show one or two later. I'll have to go to his page and look. But I'm going to tell you, it's for this reason I fly a drone.
Right, exactly. Let the drone go up there.
Okay, Timothy. Okay. What's up, Mark? How are you?
I'm well, thank you, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, what's up? What are you pointing at now?
Hey, Santiago. Hello, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, what's that?
The Mega B.
Nice.
I just modified my holder so I can stack it right here.
I got a question.
It was in the back, and I'm good to go.
I have a question, Lawrence.
What happened?
Did you do anything electronically on that drone?
Herman says every time I touch something, I break it. But you're wrong, Herman, because an hour before I called you, I had her in the living room, in the kitchen.
Did you do anything electrically to the drone?
I didn't have to do nothing to it. All I had to do was press a bind button. No, all I had to do was press a bind button.
That means it'll fly.
Off the battery. That was it.
If you had to touch any board in there, it would be grounded.
What's up, Jay Santiago? Well, I did not, and the tip that I used to press it actually had a silicone coat on it.
Oh, well, they found a drone
I learned that before. I found that out. You can
from the depths of the sea.
Well, apparently Curtis is scuba diving right now.
Yeah, Curtis is underwater.
Come here.
He's coming back out of the water now. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bite the bullet in October when I scrape up enough money. I'm going to get that Cinnabee from iFlight. I like that little bird.
You know what? I'd be scared to put something like that in New York waters.
Oh, you talking about what Curtis is using? Yeah, I told Curtis I'd like to have one, but I'm afraid of what I'll see in the waters in New York.
This is what I'm saying. You had mentioned it before. What's up, Rick Halber?
I was working at the airport.
For your test on the battery storage bags, Herman, Rick Halber.
What happened?
Rick Halber just sent you $25, man.
Oh, thank you.
He wants you to do a test on the fire bag. So basically, he wants you to take a battery, like a fat boy, puncture it, and put it inside the bag and see what happens. Well, we will do a LiPo battery test at some time and point. I'm trying to talk Herman into it.
Right.
I wouldn't be puncturing a LiPo battery in my hand, that's for sure. Hey, what's up, Paul?
Hey, how's everybody?
Hey,
Paul is
what's
in
good?
the house.
Thank you, Rick Halber. And I will make sure that Herman does get that.
Yeah, okay.
Minus the 30% from
Wow, you're gonna take the 30% off of it?
I ain't taking it. YouTube's doing it.
All right.
Anyway, what's up, Curtis?
Not much. What you guys up to?
Nothing. It's Sunday night. A regular weekly show. There's not a whole lot in drone news except for Walmart. But other than that, not a whole lot's going on in the news.
Well,
let me check my order. See
I
where
did
I'm at.
hear that DJI came out with a couple of Phantom 4 Pros and they put them on their website and they sold out that day.
Yes. All V2s
I
got
don't
sold
know.
out.
We still got some here in New York.
This is true.
A couple of advances they have left in New York. So
He hooked up Philly
in New York
with an address.
still has the Phantom 4 Advance.
I took advance of that deal, still waiting to see if they ship it. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Whoever does get anything from it, I didn't know that it was more than drones, but it was drones, cameras, they were Mavics, they were all types of equipment. And to be honest, I believe they got hacked because there's no typographical error that can mess up a database like that other than on a large scale, other than some type of hack. We'll hear about it in the future. Trust me.
Oh yeah, somebody hacked into it. You know, if it was one item, it's a typographical
That's
thing.
what
But
I'm
it was
saying. Hey,
it was
what's
electronics across the board.
That's true. And what I me being in internet tech and internet security, it has all the signs of a hack because, like you said, had it been a typo on one.
If they can prove that, then what's the verdict? What's the outcome going to be?
What do you mean?
Just get your money refunded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, if you caught it at the last minute, more than likely your money will be refunded. But I do know that there are some people that next day ordered some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have received stuff today, and some people will be receiving stuff tomorrow.
Some people already received stuff from that.
If you get 2-day service, it was up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If they didn't get it yesterday, I know Amazon delivers on Amazon or whoever they're shipping. I even see U.S. Postal delivering on Sundays now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Roger?
Roger.
What's up, Cool Vic? What's up, Roger?
What's up, Timothy? Canadian Drone Hub in the house. Yeah, a lot of people here today. Yeah, everybody's going to get their money refunded. I paid through PayPal, and it still says pending on mine. So
mine hasn't even shown up in my bank yet, and I ordered 4 of them. Well, one got rejected. They said there was not enough money in the account, which I think what happened was when I submitted it, they had just recently changed the price to the $5,000 amount. So I didn't catch that one in time. But my bank hasn't even have a pending yet. But yet I've got my receipt.
I sent you a link, Ray. Depending on your bank, like I have Chase, and I can tell you right now, anything that I do on the weekend isn't going to show up until at least Wednesday.
Yeah,
they're that screwed up.
Yeah, same thing. We use Citizens. I think it's the same thing.
So I'm hoping everyone that's still pending is pending until at least tomorrow sometime, the start of the business day.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Let's put it that way, guys.
What's up, William? Well, look, either you're in or you're not. That's how it is, It's the luck of the draw. If the lottery works out for a few people, I'm happy for them. I'm very happy.
Right, exactly.
What's up, Paul?
My thought, though, is it's up in the air. Walmart is a huge corporation, and just depends on how they want to handle it. I mean, if it were a bank that got hacked and screwed up all our accounts and the money was gone, they'd give you the money back. They wouldn't just say, "Gee, sorry."
True.
Yeah.
And the way people were ordering those birds, I would be surprised to see if they actually had enough in stock. I do believe there was a maximum order. It seems to be of like 10.
Yeah, and I think Paul got 16 of them.
No, you wish. He tried.
I think Paul said the 10 order got shut down.
Yeah, they shut down the 10 order. So he has an order for 6. And what's up, Drone Evolution? Justin, FYI, we were flying last night. And now we weren't flying. The three of us got together, me, Justin, and Herman. Now Herman was in Brooklyn. And I'm like, yo, Herman, the sky's a little gray. And he's like, yo, the sun is shining out here. I'm coming out there by you. Somehow, when Herman got out of his car, it started getting foggy and foggier. We got to the beach. It was even foggier than that. But Justin got to take his Inspire 1 out on a test run on a maiden voyage.
Nice.
Last night. But the fog was so thick, it went from being able to see maybe 10 blocks down to about 3. And then when he brought down his Inspire, because he was up a lot higher than me, I kind of stayed just at the base of the fog. Then he went up a little higher because he could still see his lights. And his bird was wetter than mine. I mean, he was flying the Inspire 1. I was flying my Phantom 4 Pro. The mine had moisture on it, but it was just like a thin glaze.
Have you guys seen the fog that's over Seattle right now?
Huh?
Have you guys seen the fog that's over Seattle right now? Hemp Fest is going on.
No. All I know is that when I saw that fog last night, I was like, I'm not putting my bird up.
Yeah, me and Justin said, you know what, we're here. It's foggy. We'll just fly, line of sight. And I don't like to take out a battery and not burn it all the way out, too. And I wind up stopping at 62% because I was racing back and forth in sports mode, man. This thing would not go down. But then you couldn't go too far either. You could only go about 1 or 2 blocks, or at least until the lights started to disappear in the fog.
You were like you in a smoke shop.
Yeah. I actually had somebody contact me and says, hey, can you come up to Seattle and film Hemp Fest for us? And I was like, are you crazy? First, you can't fly over people. Second of all, I don't even, I shouldn't judge. I should not do that. I should not judge people. No was the answer. No, I'm not going up there to film Hemp Fest.
I've flown on fog, but not as heavy as it was last night.
Do you remember the movie The Fog? Steven Spielberg's The Fog?
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, we saw it rolling in over the buildings, and then before you know it, you felt like your eyes were getting blurry because it was just that thick out there.
Somebody dropped
people were still on the beach.
Dry ice in the water.
So Al Diaz brings up a good point. We should let Justin tell us about his I-1, his Inspire 1 flight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, Al Diaz, for the props. We very appreciate it. I love this thing. It's actually pretty nice.
Isn't that just awesome when the arms go up for the first time?
Yes, it took me a while to figure out how to do that because I just started flying it. So the first time I flew it, I was testing it at my job. I was flying it with the legs down because I didn't know how to raise them until I looked on YouTube and I was like, oh, that was easy.
That little switch, yeah.
Yeah, I always flew mine on automatic. So as soon as it took off and got to 6 feet, they just went up all by themselves. And then you could always use the switch and just bring it back down again.
Yeah, I like the idea of using a switch because it's like you're moving the legs when you want.
But isn't that like a man moment? When that thing goes up, it's like.
It was.
Well, we had a little crowd, and everyone's like, "Ooh, what's that?"
It was because we were at the beach. They didn't give a damn about my Phantom, which was cool because they left me alone. Everyone, when he went up in the air and kicked up a little bit of sand.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, and another secret, Justin, is if you want to get the most speed out of it, put your legs down, your arms down.
Yeah, it'll go faster.
It'll go faster.
Right in the right-hand corner, in the lower left-hand corner, you have to turn your camera on. You have to click on that little video camera and turn your camera on because I see your box here. I see you there, but I don't hear you or see you. But anyway, all I know is Edy Nunez. What altitude were you guys at, Edy Nunez? He did a helicopter tour over Manhattan. Has anyone ever did a helicopter tour, period?
No.
Hanging out the side with grappled in? Because what was your altitude, Eddie? If you
damn high.
If the pilot told you how high you were. Because
probably like 500 or 600 feet.
All of lower Manhattan and part of Midtown at one point. And that's a hell of a view. That's a couple of miles up. But the Freedom Tower looked like a little shack. Damn near.
I'd have had on 3 tethers, a harness, and a
You
parachute.
went to 3,000 feet
I'd be afraid I'd
And
tip the
you
thing
went to
on its side with
3,000
my
feet.
weight.
and as low as 600 feet. Okay.
And
Well-
I think Billy Kyle's looking for an X5 camera for me, so he's trying to keep an eye out.
Billy Cow's looking for what?
An X5 camera for me.
An X5 camera for you?
Okay.
I thought he might have one for sale.
Nah, I think he has an X4.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now you just have to get a camera and then you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
How long is it? I'm waiting for you to get your Mega B, man, so we can go hit the park.
Yeah, I know. I gotta
Dude,
be soon.
Centroid, this
Yeah.
thing hovers like it's on cruise, like it has altitude hold. Man.
Nice.
It's very, very smooth. You just the slightest little pitch,
Well, those cowlings are
barely move.
those cowlings are huge on there.
What are we
Huh?
talking about? Have you got
Keeps
have
it
you got
so
one?
stable.
His Mega B or whatever that's
Yeah,
called.
those ducks. Yeah, the ducks. So it's
I think
I
that's
haven't
the one
tried
you
it in
were telling
Afro.
Curtis about.
what happened.
I believe that is the one you were telling Curtis about before.
Yeah.
No, but I think he wanted the smaller one, right?
What happened?
I thought he wanted the smaller one.
Yeah.
Me, so there's the Cinebee and the Mega B, and the Mega B was what I was looking at.
That's this right here. That's this one.
Yeah, they're sold out right now.
Minus the camera. I have the camera here for my Hero.
Yeah,
The,
they have
the
them on
camera on it
eBay.
is in 4K or
No, this one. This is 1080 at 60.
okay.
No. Sorry, it's the GoPro. There is no onboard.
Okay, it's just your regular OSD on that thing.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to put your own camera on. Now,
Since we have the Hero Sessions, that's
now
why
they
we
do
chose
have a
that one.
version like this in 4K. They
Mhm.
do have a 4K version of this, but it's not a the ducks aren't as wide. They're a
Now
little-
to start the big argument, can we put the DJI FPV system on there?
No,
as
Too
far
much
as I
weight.
know,
board's too.
Yeah,
Well, no, you could probably put the board on. No, you could probably put the board on top. If you can put that GoPro on there, you can put the FPV system on it.
yeah. But right now, the top is a little tight.
Yeah.
Because you have the battery and then you have the camera.
Well, you'd have to. Yeah, and that board is pretty big. You'd have to mount it, and the battery would have to go on top of it, which I wouldn't be crazy about. Or
So
better,
you guys,
better.
you know, when you guys talk, because I don't know, I'm asking. When you guys talk about the stack and the height and everything, can you put spacers and make it taller or no?
In the frame, depending on the frame, yes. This is a low body frame,
Yeah.
as you see.
You'd have to get longer posts for it though.
In here, this is only high enough for a double stack.
Now, Lawrence, I got to tell you, Paul's been asking a lot of questions about quads
I'm
lately.
noticing.
I know, and it just makes me think he's
wants to
starting
get
that
involved.
journey. I mean, and very thoughtful questions, and I'm like, where'd that come from?
Right.
I think Paul is He may be dipping his toe in the waters.
Hey, Paul, for example,
It's like,
if you can see this, Paul,
yeah,
this is a double stack.
yeah.
These are 2 double stacks.
Yeah.
Okay, now depending on your frame dictates on whether, in fact, that module from DJI takes up the space of a double stack. Okay, that's how big that module is. But some guys have double stack, 2 double stacks. Some guys have just 1 triple stack and nothing behind it for air conditioning. It's just personal preference and what you're throwing in.
There's not a lot of people reporting about it. You don't see a lot of YouTube videos, but there is a community of FPV. No, I'm sorry, it wouldn't be called FPV. Freestyle pilots that don't use FPV glasses. They're strictly just doing tricks with the drones. You know, just standing
Line of sight. Yeah,
kind of like the
Drone
old
camps.
3D helicopter guys would
that's
do.
pretty impressive. To be
Drone
honest, I
cams,
can't
he
do it.
flies freestyle like that. When he does a review, he'll do freestyle and he'll do loops and he'll take it out about 100 feet and bring it back with no problem.
I'm so fixed on the goggles. If I tried line of sight, I'd be down in 2 seconds.
The last time I tried line of sight to do a flip, it just said into the ground. So I will not do it anymore. I was fortunate enough not to break any props or anything because the grass was about 3 inches high.
Mhm.
But the only thing line of sight I can do is hover move forward, move back, left, right. And I may try a spin. That's about it.
I was just telling Paul that in case he was interested, not everybody wears goggles.
True, Paul.
There's a
That's
small
true.
community that is doing it without goggles.
I'm good.
And what they do is pretty darn impressive.
Hey, Paul, at least until they put a cybernetic implant in, you don't need a goggles anymore.
I can see Paul now. Sorry.
Paul's ignoring us. You see that, right?
So my question is for
What were you
Herman.
guys saying?
So when I missed 2 ships because I was soldering,
What happened, Herman?
I said I can see Paul now. I missed 2 ships because I was soldering.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
The only reason I asked that question is, in my mind, you would think because my understanding of watching you guys, there's pins that go from the bottom of the frame
Correct.
to the top cap.
Yes.
Why isn't there ways to just screw in another one and screw in another one and
We
just
actually do have spacers. Before, the spacers were very rigid. Now most of the spacers, they're starting to make them of silicone and stuff, which absorbs that bounce and that shock.
yeah.
Have you tried any Centroid?
No, I have some of the standoffs that are rubber mounted and stuff, but the problem is if you need to put more in your stack, you have to order longer pins for the top and the bottom plate. And then if there's any mounts that fit for the camera, then you have to find a different way of mounting your OSD camera on there as well. Because as soon as you raise the plate off any further, anything that's specifically designed for that frame will no longer fit.
Yeah.
How well does that absorb shock when you hit something and it doesn't transfer back to the screws that hold that spacer?
Well,
Loctite.
yeah, I can tell you that it transfers very well because
It does.
things pretty damn hard.
I hit a street lamp at about 45 miles per hour, and it sounded like I hit it with a hammer.
Dude,
I picked it up.
last week,
Nothing was wrong with it.
last weekend when I were racing, I hit a dumpster full on.
Wow.
I lost somehow the signals got crossed and I lost sight.
Oh, hang on, hold on. Were you dumpster diving?
No, I was not dumpster diving. But if it hadn't been for that, I would have been able to turtle and get right back up because I broke three blades off of 2 props. So it's fine. They're actually pretty hardy.
That was probably a smelly, sticky situation.
Wah, wah. Me without my soundboard.
Well, all I know is, Paul, you can ask away any questions. Right now, Centroid is, and probably will be for a minute, way more advanced than I am. But I can tell you right now, if you don't want to build, they do have stuff out there that you could purchase.
I offered Paul to build one for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
He said no.
And now he's trying to ignore us again.
Yeah, he's not even dignifying it with a response.
He's on Amazon. I could see it in his glasses.
Yeah. He's ignoring me.
Well, Lawrence.
Yeah.
After everything you've been through with the racing drones and your new drone that you have, connected right away, right? You feel good, right?
Yeah. Now, see, if Mark knows, and Mark and a few other guys know, I had some hell here. At one time and point, I had a very expensive decorated wall because something or another was not working. Now I can say I have at least 5 of them working fine. Okay, so it took a while and it's a learning curve. But once you have it set up, it's very simple. The simplest thing is copying the model and just changing the name.
What you say, Lawrence? What you say, Lawrence? You got 5 of them working?
Yeah, from like 1 or 2. Yeah.
Justin's been doing a lot of work over there, huh?
Yeah, I have. I've been busy. Let me see. Hold on. Which one? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one needs a power distribution board. This one here, I just don't know what the hell. And this one needs a new flight controller.
You know what you could do with that one that you don't know what the hell?
What?
Circular file.
Circular file? Slice it down the middle?
No, put it in the circular file.
The garbage.
Oh. That's what a circular file is. Okay.
Oh shoot.
No, that's interesting. That
So let me ask her. I've heard Herman say this several times about the Gladius mini sub. You really are afraid you're going to find something like somebody dead down there?
No, not that's well.
Well, I wouldn't say afraid I'm going to find somebody dead down there. There's a lot of shit goes in the water here in New York, and
Shopping carts, everything, man.
You might float past the body.
I was working at the hospital when they were doing the new building over here at the city hospital, and they
Give me a second.
They ordered a lot of people that they call floaters.
Yep.
And they stank.
They don't stink underwater.
Well, hold on.
So I went out to for those of you that are familiar with Seattle, we have there's Lake Union, which is inside the Seattle area, and then there's a thing called the Fremont Cut that goes out to Puget Sound, which is salt water. So it's brackish water there. Depending on the tide, it's salt coming in or it's fresh water going out. And it is so heavily traveled with boats and people dropping stuff in the water. But I was in that water for 2 hours and I found a few soda cans and stuff like that, but I didn't find anything like I thought I would find. I thought I'd find all kinds of shopping carts and everything else like you guys are saying. I didn't find that much. I found a lot of fish. I mean, a lot of fish.
Well, for some reason, the island of Manhattan attracts people who want to jump off of bridges. They had two girls. You guys had to hear about the story where the two girls came from the Middle East here to visit on a visa. And they didn't want to go back to their country so bad, so they duct taped themselves together and threw themselves in the East River uptown, and they found them down around the South Street Seaport.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Yeah, because if the current's going out, it'll go downtown. If it's coming in, they'll go uptown.
Well, I'll tell
same thing up here.
When they have that race where they swim that area.
Yeah, they have a 7-bridge race.
I'll tell you that. It's that part of the race is easy because all you got to do is jump in the water. You'll end up down there anyway.
Yeah. They actually swim 7 bridges around the island of Manhattan, and coming down from once you pass the George Washington Bridge, you can just pretty much lay like a surfboard.
It'll take you down to the statue.
The current's going to take you. Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen. I hate to say this, but I got to get off right now. I got a call coming in I got to take. So I appreciate
much appreciated for popping in.
I appreciate you letting me join the panel.
Later, Mark.
Later. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So how are you liking this submersible, Curtis?
It is a new kind of excitement, and I'm really digging it. I really am. I didn't think that I would be. Having flown drones for years now, I didn't think I would find. I've tried other RC stuff. I've got RC cars. I've got some Traxxas stuff. I've got the Slash. I've got all those, and they're fun. But I mean, you didn't quite get that first excitement like Justin did when he took his Inspire up for the first time.
Yeah.
The thing that I find is so cool about this is that, and I don't understand why, is that wildlife or fish. Underwater aquatic life are not really afraid of it.
I noticed that when you moved forward, they backed away. And then when you move back, they move forward. I had noticed that.
I've always said man shouldn't be in there.
Now, another question about that.
We can't function there.
Another question about that submersible. That cord, what is it made out of? I'd be worried about snagging. Does it have a nylon rope outside? What is it? Silicone?
So it right now it's up. The unit's up in Seattle with a friend of mine. He's out using it right now. So I couldn't tell you what the material is. It does tend to float. It's well insulated. It is well insulated. So it's not and you can drag it down under the water. I've got some footage where it's been pulled down for a while and it tends to get a little soaked, I guess. So it does stay underwater. And there are guys online. Who's the guy's name? Edy Ricker. If you watch Edy Ricker, the video he released, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, there was a tree under there with just a little bit of a branch that had broken off in it. So this little stub was sticking out. and he had got the line caught. So when he came back, and he didn't realize he had caught the line, when he came back, as he kept trying to come back, it was pulling it further out, and he couldn't figure out what was going on. So he left enough battery in there, smart enough to leave enough battery in there to go back and figure out where it was. And so he went back, saw it, went around that little loop, and unlooped himself.
Okay.
So I've seen a few situations where I've been out and I saw stuff where I was going to snag something.
Yeah.
But I just moved to the left or gone up or went around it. So
okay.
It's an interesting way of flying. If I was to equate it to flying, I should say diving. If I was to equate it to flying, it's like flying a Phantom 1 in Edy mode. You give it throttle to go forward, and as soon as you come off, it doesn't just stop. It doesn't just stop there.
Okay, you got to allow for cruising.
If you're going down, if you're going to submerge when you come off the throttle, it's going to continue down for a few more inches. There were a few times where I hit bottom a little hard, and it was like, ooh, what did I do there? And I was lucky the guys from Chasing were there, and they were explaining to me how to do all this stuff. And
yeah, I noticed you had someone else there with a drone with the same thing.
Oh yeah, so the folks from Chasing are in Seattle, and I met up with them, and they brought.
Cool. So they will kind of walk you through the ropes.
So yeah, that first one, the video that I showed you guys, there's 3 of us there. There's myself. There's Casey Sealock, who's a good friend of mine. He's if you guys don't know him, and I'll get him on the show one of these days. He's one of the guys that's actually working on the drone at Amazon that we all hear about. So when I told him I had this, he says, "Oh, dude, if you're coming up here, tell me when, because I want to see this. I want to play." So I called him up and said I was going out there, and then we called Chasing. They said, "Yeah, we'd love to meet you guys out there, and we'll walk you through the whole thing." So they set me up through the app and everything else, and showed me how to do everything. So I didn't have to read the manual.
Battery life?
2 hours. But
2 hours?
2 hours. Wow.
Hold on. Hold on.
Now here's the question.
Let me give you the rundown. That 2 hours, just like your drone, there's 2 lights on the front. And if the more the bright, and they're adjustable from 0 to 100%, the more you use the lights, the more you burn your battery down, the faster the battery burns.
Understandable.
The more current that you have to fight, because there is a thing called depth hold, where you set yourself at a depth, and I don't want to go deeper, higher, lower. I want to stay right here.
Yeah.
When you set that, it depends on how much current you have. It'll use more battery than you expect.
And I was going to ask you, what's the top in knots? I don't know.
It's 4 knots.
Okay. All right.
And which means it can handle a current of 4 knots and hold its position.
All right.
So it can do a fairly swift stream. I mean, not a raging river kind of thing, but it could do a fairly swift stream, or something like a rolling river, or something like, going out on, let me see, what's something the Mississippi. Okay. It could handle the Mississippi River. It would work.
That's cool.
It would work pretty hard, and you'd go through the battery a lot faster. But if you go out to a pond or a swimming pool or somebody's backyard swimming pool,
right, just like flying a drone on a calm day.
Right. You're 2 hours underwater.
Except the battery is not interchangeable, and it takes 2 to 4 hours to charge it again. So
this is some of the things. There are some negatives along with this, and we're working with Chasing, talking to them about improvements that they're going to do. The battery, because it's underwater, it needs to be sealed.
Yeah.
So the battery is not changeable. You got to use the same battery. So you can't,
along with the electronics.
Along with all of the electronics. So yes, you can't take 2 batteries out and go do swimming or go diving for 4 hours. They provide you with 1 charger, and that charger has to charge not only the submersible but also the base station.
Right.
So you're a couple hours to charge the submersible.
That's the Wi-Fi setup, right?
Well, no. The way the whole thing is set up is you have your RC, which looks like your traditional 2-stick RC. Then you put your phone or your tablet on there, and you connect via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi to the RC and the base station. The Wi-Fi connects to the base station. The Bluetooth connects to the RC. Everything's controlled through your phone or your tablet. And the RC is just a USB connect on your computer so that you can charge it that way. And that takes about 30 minutes. That's not bad at all.
Curtis, is there any lag on that thing?
None that I can see. And I've put in about 6 hours on it now.
Already, yeah.
I was out with it yesterday. I was going to be out with it today, but I left it with my buddy because he had some stuff he wanted to do, and he was going a lot further north than where I am.
Mother Nature's playing with her fireworks.
Oh, Is thundering, lightning and thunder?
Thunder.
Okay. Well, see now, unlike yesterday, where you came out here, it was sunny where you are. It's sunny out here.
Oh, it's still not like what
Hey,
it looked
Sean.
like out by you.
What happened?
It still
So-
doesn't look bad out here.
Okay.
Hey,
Well, that's interesting. Now, I know
Curtis,
the tether
Curtis?
is 100 feet. Do they have longer ones, or you might not want one longer?
You can get so on the USA site, you have to go on the China site to order longer. And yes, you can tether them together.
Okay.
Your
I
maximum
was wondering about that.
your maximum depth is 328 feet before it implodes, before the water pressure is so much that it will implode the plastic.
Oh, wow.
So, but 328 feet is an awful lot. And the
Yeah,
reason
oh,
you
yeah.
would want to add more length to your tether is to get further laterally out, not
Right.
down, but further
Right,
laterally out to get to a spot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My line of thinking is around here, it's only $100 to rent a boat to get out further instead of just taking off from the shore.
Curtis, do they have a kind of a motto for the? You said the name of the company is Chasing.
Yeah, it's Chasing Innovations.
Okay, so their motto should be "Chasing Your Dreams."
I don't know what their motto is. I need to go look that up. I have no idea. I didn't.
What's up, Val?
They're an interesting company that is really kind of trying to push the envelope as far as what they're doing. The
You're
the
not
downside of what they're doing right now, as far as the current incarnation of this unit, is the Wi-Fi Bluetooth setup. I don't particularly like that.
right.
And I know quite a few people that have it. Every once in a while, you lose a connection. I was in Seattle, right next to Adobe, or literally between the Adobe and the Google building, our headquarters up there, and we were getting Wi-Fi just blasted.
So
Wi-Fi signals coming out of there. So, you know, you're fighting to grab stuff, and then you've got to use Bluetooth to connect to it. So when you open up Bluetooth, when you open up your phone to Bluetooth, everybody's accessible to your phone. So why they're utilizing that, I'm not sure. There must be something coming in the future that they have envisioned. I don't know what yet.
but this is already out now, right?
Yeah.
This is out. It is available. $14.99 currently. It's the drone itself is solid. I hit the bottom hard a few times, and there's not
Justin,
even a scratch on this thing.
Ivana says hello while you're biting into your food. What's up, Val? How are you?
Hey, Val.
I see Rick
How's
Hubbard.
it going?
Hey, Justin. Hey,
Just-
cool.
Hello.
I just wanted to know because I hope you didn't do like Albert Kim, because I started to do some research, Curtis, and
I'll
Albert
let this
Kim,
play while you guys are talking to me.
he just took his and tossed it out into the water.
Well, you can do that. They tell me. So where we were at, there's a 4 to 5 foot drop off before you get to water, and they tell me that there's a 500-pound pull that you can put on the tether before it will snap. So bringing it up, lifting it up out of the water was never an issue. Craig Glover, the guy that I'm working with from Chasing, he said he's gotten stuck down there and literally pulled it up out of the water just from the tether. So.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys watch my video right now, you'll see these fish just come right. I mean, they will scatter when you go to them, but then they turn around and come right back at you.
Yeah, I had saw that. I had
So
saw
you
that.
need
I'm
to
like,
put
he's
your
moving
fishing line
backwards,
right down there.
moving backwards, and they're coming towards him. And then when he moves forward, the suckers run.
That's just to let you buy.
They're not afraid of it.
They're
These
watching
little
you
perch.
walk by. If you make a false move, they're gonna be on you.
I kept thinking they were piranha at first or something, but of course I know we don't have piranha up here.
That you know of.
The footage you're seeing now is the other Gladius Mini, and
Right, he was recording you.
I'm recording him. Now I've got my lights on, so you can, and I'm hitting that Gladius Mini with my lights, and I really didn't need to do this, but I did it. But you can see how much of a glow it's creating off that thing.
Yeah.
That's how they're 1200 lumens bright, 2 of them.
Mhm.
Each one is 1200 lumens, so it can light that up pretty well. And this is about 50%.
You see, that was what my issue was, Curtis. You see that tether? When
Uh-huh.
I tell you about New York water, I would be afraid that it would get tangled on something.
You know, you're going so. I kind of understand your fear, but you're going so slow and you can just turn around and look at what's around you.
Now
It's
that fish right there was sizing you up. That fish
yeah.
right there was sizing you up. You can't tell me he wasn't.
That's a mating dance.
I think he's trying to just to figure out what the heck that thing is.
That's a big fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
This is the footage from Craig, by the way. That's mine that he was going around. So
yeah, but the fish is checking you guys out.
On that
It
fish.
looks like a carp or something.
I think it's a carp.
On that fish, he's seen things before.
He's been around the block.
He's not worried about you.
Right.
He's waiting for you to jump.
He was just checking to see if you were a floater.
He came over there to see. Do you want me to show you guys where so and so is buried? And I won't use the name, but just Jimmy H.
No, I think that's going to be Chicago.
He said, "Let me show you where to park that thing. Come on, go this way."
Yep.
Rick Albert says it's a carp. I'm not. So here's the other interesting thing. So I have all this aerial terminology that I'm familiar with now because I've become a drone pilot. Now I've got to become this marine biologist and start figuring out what all these fish are and talk about fathoms. How far is a fathom? What the heck is that? Somebody mentioned, can you go down 4 fathoms? And I'm like, well, I don't know what a fathom is. Jesus, come on.
Well, if it was a carp, he was looking to let you get stuck somewhere so you can get the motors off of that thing.
Here's a shot where I use this is my Mavic 2 Pro that I've gotten, and we're showing it just kind of diving down in the water. It just goes straight down. This is where so Craig is on the left and KC is on the right there. You can't fly from City Park, so I'm actually over in the paid parking lot behind where they are, and I was flying from there.
Okay.
And here it's coming up. It's going to surface. It's kind of cool when it surfaces. It kicks all this water up. I mean, it doesn't look like much from here, but when you're ground level looking at it, it's like, oh wow, that's pretty cool.
I want to try it. I'll take it.
You know what? I'm gonna take my chances in the air. I have enough shit to worry about in the air. Nonetheless, New York waterways. I'm sure, like Herman says, I wouldn't expect to see bodies, but I would probably see some strange
I
down there.
Phantom,
thank you.
6 feet.
Thank you, Drone Pool. Fathom is 6 feet.
Between where
Yeah,
Justin lives and I live, Herman, you know where the mall is, where Kmart used to be. Behind that mall in the late 70s and early 80s, at least every other month, a floater would pop up. And they knew it was a dumping spot by the mob.
Hold on a second.
This technology is... Go ahead, Herman. I'm sorry.
All that water going out towards you was, Lawrence, all of that water out by towards. That's why when they built Gateway, I could imagine what was in there.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is search and rescue is really interested in this. I've got a meeting next weekend with the local fire department here in Olympia, Washington. We have Bud Bay out here, and they want to go looking around. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be meeting with the National Coast Guard. Not national, but the Washington division of the Coast Guard. Mm-hmm. We're going to take the unit out there and let them play with it for just a little bit. It's really affordable, which, traditionally these units are $30,000-$40,000 for just a base unit. So, coming up with a 4K camera that can record at, 30 frames per second and a 1080p that does 30, 60, or 120, that allows you to really get under there and record things. They're coming out with side-looking sonar, so you're now going to be able to do underwater mapping.
Okay.
Anybody that's done side sonar, you don't have to cover the entire area because it's covering it from the side to a certain depth.
Right.
So you'll do a pass one way, then you go 40 feet over and do a pass the other way, and then 40 feet further over, pass another way. You don't have to do a foot at a time to do the mapping with that.
Hey,
and that side sonar is coming next year.
Curtis, have you tried it with a crystal sky, a brighter, so that you don't have to worry about the sun and all that kind of stuff?
So Paul, the thing is about Seattle, we always have clouds. I had a crystal sky, and I had it for maybe 2 years, and I never felt I even needed to plug it in. I literally sold it to a guy and said, dude, here it is. I'm going to give it to you used price, but I've taken it out of the box. I have not even plugged this thing in or turned it on. So currently, there's anything that's Android based you can use, and anything that's iOS based you can use.
Okay.
So So I'm pretty sure at some point you can use the Crystal Sky. It'll need Bluetooth and Wi-Fi to work, but Crystal Sky could be coming that way. There's another company called Small Monitor or something like that. I know that would work with it, and it's got that ultra bright screen on it as well. Craig, the guy that I came from, is stationed in San Francisco, and he's down at San Diego all the time, and he just uses the standard little hood on his, and all he uses is his phone. He just uses his phone. When I pulled out a tablet, he goes, "Oh, that's too much. You don't need that." I mean, the brace or the mount for it will fit an iPad Pro.
Yeah, but his eyes are probably better than yours, right?
Well, he's your classic urban jungle skateboarder guy.
Okay, so that means he owns an iPhone and he's used to reading small print anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, he's he asked me to pick, he was coming up from San Francisco to meet up with me, and he's also doing the corporate meetings, the corporate offices up here. And those guys are all Aaron and all those guys are all business guys. They haven't really utilized the product. They're looking at just selling the product. And I go pick him up at the airport, and it's one bag and a skateboard and an underwater drone. So it's like, okay, so we take him, and I thought he'd want to go to the hotel room first. He's like, no, let's go swimming, man. Let's go dive. So
okay.
I called KC, who lives in Seattle, and he met us down at the Fremont Cut, and we stuck those things in the water.
Curtis, you mentioned once before about you got to connect the phone to the thing and the thing to
Bluetooth.
Is there you said that they should just have it so you plug it in just like anything else, plug the phone into the controller.
So the way this all works was a company in China made it, and then I guess they got crowdfunding. So there was an original Gladius, and then they decided to go they came up with a new design that was better than that. And the original had an RC that you plugged in, and it was the base station. For some reason, during the crowdfunding portion of this, which they were deciding that there has to be something coming in the future that I don't know about, because I can't see a reason for utilizing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth at the same time and having this what I call the puck on the ground. It's literally just a square puck that is the base station. It should
right. I saw that in a video where the guy takes the base station, he puts it to the edge of the water or something.
Right. So so to me you should just have like a DJI thicker remote with everything just built right into it, and you just plug right into your phone or your iPad or whatever it is. To me, that's the way it should be, especially for a commercial operation. Right. But there has to be a reason that they've done that, because the Bluetooth technology, that Bluetooth chip is more expensive than hardwiring something in. So they have to have something in mind that they're coming up with. There's a couple other features that are pretty cool that I think might tie into that, but I'm not 100% for certain. But you are able to go live on YouTube or Facebook from underwater. And I haven't done that yet, but I'm definitely planning on doing some of those underwater live shows.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Now, see, that would be hot.
Now, one of the reasons for doing that you can also go to you can also directly go to Zoom, by the way. And I asked him, I said, so you guys heard I like Zoom a lot, right? And they're like, well, yeah, but that's not why we did it. Kind of joking around, but the reason they did that, and I spoke with some folks up here. There's a company called Strike Brothers, and they're going to be doing some renovation on the 11th Street Bridge. The 11th Street Bridge in Tacoma is a historical bridge, and it needs constant maintenance. To hire a diver to go down that bridge and do an inspection is a 4-hour minimum charge at $250 per hour. Whereas for me, I just go over there, drop the Gladius Mini, and I'm down there for 2 hours. Oh, by the way, they can only be down there because of the cold. Well, depending on the time of year, on average, because the water is cold at that depth, they can only be down there for 10 to 15 minutes, from what I understand. I do not know that for a fact. I'm just what I'm told.
Okay.
But that sounds logical to me. It is pretty darn cold up here in this water. It's not like water in California. So to be able to drop that down there and do an inspection. But here's the cool part is Strike Brothers can hire me to go down there and do that. And I can upload this to Zoom, and they can sit back at their corporate offices in Dallas and watch and say, hey, Curtis, go left. Curtis, and I'll be on the phone, of course, listening to them. They'll go, Curtis, go left. Curtis,
paid by the minute.
Getting paid by the minute.
That's a cool idea.
But so, yeah, you could do the inspection and not be certified to do an inspection or anything like that, but to give them the views that they want to make a decision of, okay, now we need to get divers down there, or that looks good for us. We're okay with that section. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. And it makes it a lot cheaper to get, or cost efficient is a better word, corporate speak. It makes it more cost efficient to get down there and do some work like that. If anybody's interested in getting these, I have talked to a lot of folks about it, and there are some people that are going to resist this. Divers are being number one. Marinas that pull boats out of the water for inspections, they will resist it because they have what's called a pull-out charge, where they literally charge you like $2,000 just to pull your boat out of the water and see if it needs work. So, no, they don't want a Gladius Mini because
right. Of course they wouldn't. It's like a cigarette company not wanting them to.
But when we were in Seattle, there's you guys remember Sleepless in Seattle, where Tom Hanks was? At one point he was living on the houseboats.
Yeah,
we were right down there getting footage of those underwater, and they were like, "Hey, can you take some photos of the mooring lines?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll go right over here anyway and just show it right here." So I showed them their mooring lines, and they said, "Oh,
basically you made an investment."
Basically, it's an investment, and the thing that I like about it is it is not controlled by anybody at this particular point in time.
Right.
We had Seattle PD, which is Seattle Shore Patrol, come down the Mott Lake Cut, and they were watching us, and they kind of slowed down on their boat for a second, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're just down here diving with our sub. Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, you see that, Lawrence, what Curtis is talking about, meeting with the fire department and stuff like that. Now, you know that here in New York, the police department are flying the Mavics and stuff like that. And other police departments across the country is doing it. You know, remember back when they asked you if you wanted to become a police officer and you said, hell no. Who knew?
Yeah.
We could be playing with toys in the police department right now.
That's true. Hey Val, I wanted a drone update. I'm sitting here working on mine. It looks like a bug now, but I had to put
it looks like a butterfly.
Right. I had to put zip ties through here.
Real quick, guys, so we can wrap this part up, I'm going to put a link to the video that I did in the chat so you guys can check it out.
Go for it, so people can check it out.
Rick Halbert, you are correct. Dustin Dunhill does excellent reviews on a lot of stuff, and he's got several of the ROVs that are out there.
By the way, very detailed reviews is what I like about Dustin.
I like Dustin Dunhill.
I think these are actually called UUV, though. Mm-hmm. I think that's the actual terminology is UUV.
Hey, Justin, I had to chew this up just to get this on here. As you see, it looks chewed up. But
so you're not hungry anymore.
That's the only way, because for some reason here, it touches the ducts. So now that I cut that piece out.
Up with, Lawrence.
What happened?
I got something you can clean that up with.
Well, I'm getting ready to put it on like that. Okay. I'm just going to put it on, and she's going to sit right here like this.
When your ties keep busting, you'll know why.
Okay, you have something to hold this on better than zip ties, you're saying?
I said I have something you can clean up them bite marks on that thing with.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to see if there's any additional mounts that they sell separate for that.
It comes with, here it is. It comes with the Hero Session mount for this, I think the 6 and up. This is the mount that comes with it. I don't have a Hero 6. I don't have a Hero 7. So I go with what I have. Plain and simple. But I'll still be able to get cinematic footage because I have it set for 1080 at 60. 1080 at 60 is pretty good. I can slow that down.
You know what you do? Hit up,
A what?
Sorry, Herman.
So how's the stabilization on that?
Dude. I tested it out, the battery, and just lifting it off the ground, I could hover 2 inches off the ground with the
Not on the camera.
Oh, I've already tested it on there with tape. It seems fine. It's not nose heavy or anything because the battery goes in the center. The battery centers the weight right here. And then, the battery centers the weight right here, about that big. And then the camera's right here. The camera fits just fine.
If you guys want to pay me $1, click that link. It's just go in there. You don't even have to buy anything. They'll give me $1 for everybody that goes there. They give me $1.
Hey, I'm I'm trying to work on some type of logo or something. I actually spoke to someone and to do a drop, do like an opening drop, but that fell through.
A logo sting.
Well, not so much a logo thing, but you know how you start to stream and you're waiting for it to get initiated or whatever.
Mhm.
Well,
Like a
there's
Premiere.
something to fill up that first 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's called a logo sting.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know these terms. I know not of these things.
I'm here to help.
Lawrence, hit up Gino because he has a 3D printer. He could probably print you out a mount for that.
There you go, Ray.
Ray is in the house.
There you go. Were you having technical difficulties earlier?
Yeah, I had to go take care of something real quick on the
Oh,
back.
okay.
Yeah.
So Rick says he would love to get into this, but the price is holding me back. Rick, I can tell you right now, I don't feel confident enough in maneuvering it yet to offer my services, but there are so many people that are contacting me wanting me to work that it's going to pay for itself in about 2 weeks.
That's great.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's
Easily,
great, though.
easily.
That's what's up. And the fact that it's a submersible is real funny because I went to the only school in New York in high school for oceanography. It's called Beach Channel High School. They actually built the school on water. And when it first opened, because it's on Jamaica Bay, they actually have in the basement panels. They have fiberglass panels up so you can look at life under the school. And you take classes out into the bay with boats and do marine bio and stuff. It was pretty cool, but back then it was kind of boring. They only wanted us to look at crustaceans.
And you never found a mermaid, right?
Yeah, that too.
That's mostly what's
Curtis is going to find it for you.
Well, I can tell you that next week there's a $2 million boat that I've been invited to go out on, and he says we'll go anywhere you want to go. So I plan on, and the invite is that I would come down and inspect the underside of his boat, check his prop and the prop shaft and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm looking for, and I told him that. He goes, I just want
any debris around the props.
I said, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll put it down there and let you see. And he goes, if you do that for me, he says, I'll take you out to some where I know some boats have been submerged and they haven't retrieved them, or sunk, I should say. And so hopefully I should be getting some really awesome footage from this boat. And I told him, I said, I'm bringing my drones too. So he said, yeah, I love you to fly around my boat and everything. So hopefully next week I'm going to have some really, really cool footage.
That would be nice. That would be real. So yeah. He's probably going to have you look for obstructions around the shaft of the boat, anything around the props, the exhaust, the jet exhaust that come out the bottom of the boat. There's usually an intake valve that gets clogged with debris. Like you said, he'll tell you everything to look for.
Yeah, and anything that might get wrapped around the prop shafts, like fish.
Yeah, that's most important.
Yep.
So his wife asked me the funniest thing, and I said, no, I don't think it'd be a good idea. She said, can we put a bristle on the top? I'm thinking she wants to clean the bottom of the boat with it. I'm thinking, no, you'll clog up the mirrors and do that.
You should have said you got jokes.
Bristle on the
But I actually know this guy, so it's a legit deal that he wants me to come up and do. He's all the way up in Edmond, but yeah, super nice guy, and hopefully this is going to work out.
I hope it pans out for you, seriously, because I can see that as an investment. It's just,
if everybody just clicks that link I put up there, I'm going to be rich after this.
I have a real
$17
respect for
today.
large bodies of water, so I don't mess around with them. I have a true respect for water. I was telling Herman and Justin last night, the beach that we were at, there's a drop off. You can go out at some points 20 feet,
can't swim.
and at some other points you can only go out about 15. And then it's a complete drop off. And that beach has almost claimed my life 2 times. So I respect large bodies of water.
I've had 3 friends drowned, and I respect large bodies of water too. I'm not real confident about getting out in a small boat.
Man ain't supposed to be out there. Need tools to be out there, so you shouldn't be
I'm thinking, set up on a dock and just, go around these little marinas where everybody's docked and look at all their propellers and, charge them $100 or something. I don't even know how much to charge them, to be honest with you. But there's so many people that are interested in it that I've talked to that it's like, okay, why would I not do this at this point? There is no regulation at this point. I mean, other than staying out of the way of the only downside I see to it, and we experienced this at the Montlake Cut, and it was when KC had the UUV a little too far out, and there was a boat coming, and he had to dive to the bottom, and I was a little worried about the tether that was hooked to it. But he dove to the bottom, tether went down with him, and the boat went right over with no problem. And he turned it around and looked up. That's the other cool thing about this particular Gladius Mini made by Chasing Innovations.
It can stand up in the water.
Well, you can tilt up to what they say it's 45, but it's actually 40 degrees. And you can also tilt down. There is a downside to that is when tilting down, it wants to go backwards. And the other one is when it's tilted up, it wants to go forwards.
Hey, Justin, got rid of the bugs. It's on. When you coming out here, man, so we can go for a maiden voyage? I need a cameraman.
Are we still flying today?
Man. Man. Look at Herman hiding.
I'm not. I just hear a rumble grumble out there.
Oh, I was like, what is he doing?
Hey, Rick Halber, what are you talking about? The new Mini 3 or 4 looks the best for moving? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Paul, you're quiet tonight. Are you feeling okay? Is your sugar low?
No, just listening.
You need brownies, Paul?
Oh, well, check this out. I did hear someone say, there you go. There's the Inspire one.
Paul's thinking about getting an underwater drone.
I'm just trying to figure out. I might, if everything goes well, I might have an extra Inspire 2 at about $7,000 that I could trade.
Music to my ears.
Night Train, what's good, brother? He says they have storms pushing out there too. Yes, there's storms pushing out there. Well,
the sky is clear right now, Lawrence.
I'm trying to look out the bedroom window. It's still bright out.
It's still bright out here too, but somebody's playing with fireworks out there.
The new Mini 3 or 4 looks the best for maneuvering. Okay. Thank you, Rick. I didn't know there was a 3 or 4 coming out. All I knew about was just the original one, unless you're talking about a Mini something else. And Timothy Huxall is not sponsored. He doesn't need to be.
Well,
Timothy, why are you not on the show, buddy?
Do some work with that submersible. In fact, I can already think of all kinds of crazy shots where you come down from a bird's eye view, come down, stop before the water, and pick up where the water begins.
There's the people that have this right now, and Timothy, by the way, has one. I was hoping he was going to jump on the show.
He said he was at work. He might have been able to come in a half hour, but I don't know.
Oh, he will.
Love the shirt, Justin.
Everybody's talking about doing that shot, and it's it's going to be very easy to do because when you kick that throttle on to dive, you get a lot of bubbles right there, right in the camera view.
Right, so that could look like a splash effect.
Yeah, so just making that transition, it's going to be real easy to do if
What's
people
up,
want to do
Life?
that.
How are you?
Or it could look like a fat man in a hot tub.
Hey, Chris.
It could. The thing that I don't like about it is you never get the above water view. It never the camera portion of it never surfaces enough to get the above water view. So what I'm thinking about
that splash through the water, sort of like submarine type.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is mount a waterproof GoPro on the top of it and just.
Oh,
that's true. That would be smart. That would be real smart.
It
like
does
a periscope.
There is another option I haven't tried yet. I'm using the fresh water. No, I'm sorry, using the saltwater weight right now. There's 2 different weights you can put on it.
Right.
The saltwater weight is a little bit heavier because saltwater, it tends to float more.
Yeah.
Freshwater one is a little bit lighter, and because whatever reasons. Anyway, I'm thinking of switching that out. Maybe it'll raise the camera up just a little bit higher. But, even if it doesn't, I think the GoPro would be really cool because then you can you could actually stick it behind and get a little bit of the sub in the view.
Yeah.
So that you can see banking and turning and stuff. And I think that would be really
Well,
cool.
Curtis, you could design a carbon fiber thing that kind of maybe snaps onto it, and you could have it adjusting up and down, and you could get rich, my friend.
All you need.
The simple little GoPro mounts that you guys are putting on their little FPV cameras would work just fine.
Yeah,
That and just a standard sticky on in fact, GoPro makes an underwater sticky to stick something on, like surfboards and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know a couple of pilots that have just used a standard GoPro mount on the side of their helicopters and flown around with them. They'll put a GoPro outside to get aerial shots as they're flying by stuff.
Okay.
And they've stayed on that. That sticky's pretty good. So, but there is some underwater mounts you can get, and I'm seriously going to be checking into that.
Hey, Val, good news for you. Do you?
Yeah.
You're looking for parts for your bird, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I made a mistake the other day, and I ordered a receiver for something over here, and I wind up getting two. So I can send you a receiver. It's not top of the line. It'll get you
Is it like this?
Never mind. Yeah, that's an XM Plus, isn't it?
It's some.
It's something. It looks like an XM Plus.
It's a RXS.
RXSR. Okay. All right. Well, I was going to offer you one of the receivers.
Oh, darn.
You have one now. You kind of popped that bubble.
Yeah, I got this. I got my VTX. I have
Got her mama.
my Mamba stack.
You might be better off that way. Lauren's stuff don't be working.
My friend. But I found out I have to take this off because
Val, you're okay. As
put
long
your
as
solder through this hole. To
Val,
solder.
you're okay as long as you don't let me do the soldering.
Right.
I know. Don't laugh,
And
Justin. I have Justin, my bird.
It's not that bad.
Justin,
So cute.
Justin, when everything else is getting solder on it but the soldering point, it's bad.
He'll have you picking up radio stations with the drone.
Oh, geez.
Hey, Rick Albert, if you'll send me a friend request on Facebook, I'll be happy to keep you informed, and we can message back and forth. And if you want me to try something out, I'd love to help you out. Not a problem.
Yeah, he says Dustin has been doing reviews on it. Maybe a difference maker. You know, I saw Albert Kim do one. So the fact that Dustin Dunhill is doing it, it looks like it may be changing for the better. Now, Albert Kim lives in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. So what better place to have a submersible than in Hawaii or the islands? The fact,
that's true.
The fact, Curtis, that you went into the water like that and just willy-nilly, you're a bold man. You're a very bold man.
I like new technology. I've always been excited about new. So I should paraphrase that and say new technology that is considered toyish, something fun to play with, kind of thing. So I'm always one that's willing to jump on new technology first, and this just kind of presented itself. I was very, very lucky. I'll admit it. I'm right up here by the guys that are making that are not. They're not. That's made in China, but the guys that are selling it here in the United States, chasing innovation. So I was kind of lucky in that aspect of it that I was able to get into it quicker.
What's up with tech support?
What is up with tech support?
Do guys that are selling it here in the States, do they have a tech support service, or how is that?
I haven't run into that issue yet. That is something for me to explore. I do know that in talking with Craig, there are 2 distribution points here in the United States. One's on the West Coast, San Diego, and the other one is in New Jersey. Okay. And I do know a particular fireman that really, 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 really wanted this. So he went and found the warehouse. He ordered it, and then he went and found the warehouse. And I think he got in trouble with FedEx for stopping FedEx drivers with a fire truck, seeing if they had it on there. But he really, really wanted it. And what was funny about it was
Timothy's going LOL. Would it be Timothy?
No, it's not Timothy, but Timothy knows who I'm talking about. But what's really funny about it is when he got it, he's also I don't want to say a master gardener, but he loves to garden. And he has a very nice little koi pond in his backyard. And when I say pond, I do mean pond, about 10 to 15 inches deep. He had the thing out in his pond. And I'm like, dude, you've been talking about this thing for weeks. And the first thing you do is go in your pond.
Right. Paul, what are you doing there? He's
trying to get rid of the. I'm trying to get rid of the glare.
He's looking for the brownies. He forgot what he put them.
Oh no, the brownies are right here. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Paul, I do understand if in the event that Walmart did get hacked and they go out of business, that would hurt the brownie part of the world. And I feel for you. So we still have Costco, and anytime you need a couple of cases, man, I'll go over there and ship them over to you.
I do like Paul's high-tech background, by the way. I got to do that.
Well, see, he does that so we can see on the screen, and he can pull out the laser pointer and be like, point A, point B.
Well, to have some of your footage and stuff, you just need a non-glare screen just to have some of your footage playing in the background, while you're on a panel or something. Is pretty cool.
That's true, Paul.
Yep.
And then all you need is a scheduled time to go live.
Yep, you'd be good to go, Paul.
See, he can pull up some of his footage and play it in the background for us while we're sitting there talking to him and stuff. I think that's very, very CBS, NBC kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, kind of.
And you could set up a small ticker to go across the bottom. That's very simple to do. You can do that with OBS, I believe.
Yes.
We'll fly for brownies.
It will fly for brownies.
That's the T-shirt that Paul needs. We'll fly for brownies.
Timothy says you better stock up, Paul.
Oh, he's got pallets. He's got pallets ordered.
Listen, when he walks in, clear a path to the brownies. Right, Paul? That's how you do it.
Yep.
You walk in, they clear a path to the brownies and wherever else you want to go in the store.
There's some of the footage from Float Down this morning or this afternoon.
See, that's a great idea. We're all going to do that now. Paul, thank you for that excellent idea that we're going to steal from you.
Just get yourself a monitor that doesn't have the gloss front because you get this.
Yeah, if you get a lot of them come non-glare now, so they're starting to come non-glare.
In order for you guys to see it properly, you see I'm getting the glare over there.
Right.
So I have to turn it on a.
Obviously, Paul, you don't live in a New York apartment, or else you wouldn't have to worry about that. The New York apartment, you barely got windows.
Oh, they got sun coming in those windows.
Val, what's the matter? You're like out of it.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you're quiet today.
You
What?
haven't harassed any of us. Nothing. You haven't insulted in nothing. What's up?
Are you just flabbergasted with the underwater drone? Is that it?
I am.
Baloney.
I am so
Baloney.
surprised by it, and I admire it, and I
have one ordered.
oh,
Val.
no, actually, I'm being really bad. I'm setting up some of the stuff for my show.
I
don't want to leave,
glad-
so I'm trying to do
No,
it while I
I'm
get.
glad you said you were distracted because I could see something was up.
Yeah. So tonight, Rad Girl and Catch Me If You Can. I think isn't that her name? Catch Me If You Can.
Can you please try to get Miss KFPV?
Oh yeah, I've had her before. I would love to have her on.
Get
I'll
her
send her something.
get her to come on. She's
Can I
one
tell
of
you,
the
I love Miss K.
she's one of the normal FPV female flyers.
What's that
A
mean?
lot of them are normal.
You mean there's abnormal ones?
What does that actually mean?
Aren't there abnormal drone flyers, drone pilots?
All of them.
Yeah, they're all
Okay.
normal. Look at Curtis.
Was that a backhanded compliment or what?
She said, "Look at Curtis," and twisted her hand.
Curtis isn't abnormal, is he?
There's something wrong with my camera. It keeps in my
I'm part of the Naughty Monkey team.
yeah, he is.
Right. That's true, Curtis. She's never accused any of us of being a naughty monkey. But you and Centroid are the two little naughty monkeys.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Oh.
Yeah, Paula is a naughty monkey also.
I think I'm the original naughty monkey.
You
Yeah.
are.
Brownies are never
You are.
more than an arm's length. Brownies are never more.
I
than
skated
an
in
arm's
right behind
length.
Paul, and Centroid earned his stripes is when he took Val up to Canada.
Yes. Oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. Yes.
So what's going on with Rajapalooza?
It's going to
2?
be next year.
No,
Probably
I know this,
July
but
again,
huh?
and July again. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Okay.
So you guys,
There was scheduled a fall Palooza, but that's on hold.
You
for
know,
right now.
I've never been to Michigan, but I'd come to Michigan to meet you, Paul.
Yeah, I know. I know the circumstances.
I just want to go up there with those guys and take this sub up there so Herman can help me find some dead bodies.
That's right.
God,
I'll put it in your hands, man. I will put it in your hands, and you can take me right to them. I'll be happy to.
if they're not out by Lawrence side,
They're probably out by
Said if you're not over by the Atlantic Ocean, over here by me, I would not go in the East River or the Hudson River.
that's what I'm talking about. Those little creeks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Jamaica Bay, yeah, all of that stuff over there.
Jamaica Wildlife Preserve. You know what? That would be pretty cool because they have a National Wildlife Preserve here, right where I live, between me and JFK International Airport, and they've also made it a no-fly zone. But they say nothing about submersibles.
That's true.
That's the thing is there's no rules on it right now. Right now, there's no
Except New
rules.
York will figure out a way to tie that into the no swimming.
I could see something stupid like that, but it'll be a while.
I know a guy in Florida that's trying to put it in the water with alligators. You know,
Wow, that's not going to turn out well.
I don't think it's going to mess with them. I really don't. Having seen quite a bunch of fish mess with this, including some octopus, they just don't even. They're interested, but they don't see it as food. They don't see it as a threat. It's just like, what the heck is this?
Well, I would be willing to bet the other way, but
You think an alligator would come up and bite a big yellow thing for just nothing?
Alligators are like sharks. They're opportunists. They don't know where the next meal is coming
and
from.
if it moves,
Looks like
it's
a big
target.
Twinkie.
Right. A giant Twinkie. Justin says it. I could see that.
Timothy's correct. No rules right now, but sure they will once more people jump on board.
Who's going to regulate the rules if they make
Been
them?
out for a while though.
The Coast Guard?
Yeah, I think it would be the Coast Guard.
Yeah, but they've been around for a while though.
What, ROVs? Are UUVs? Yeah. They've been around for a while and there's no regulation on them. I mean, generally speaking, what they've done in the past is they're part of a boat and they launch them off of the back of a boat and they go straight down. Nobody's been launching them from the shore. And
Right.
I think that's where the issue is going to come in, is because there's a tether involved, and that tether is going to be an obstacle for boats. And as soon as somebody launches one caught in a prop, there's going to be some sort of legal issue, and that's where the problem is going to start.
Hey Val, this is the starter float down. See all
Talk
the
about it, it might not
Hey,
happen.
hold on, honey.
What's
What
it
were you
say, Paul?
This is starter float down. You see all the people? They just come from everywhere.
You say it like they come in like a storm.
It's like ants at a picnic. I mean, it's like, wow.
And they just float down the river.
Yeah, they come with some big floats.
So they basically use the river as a lazy river.
Yes, because
So
it's
who recovers them? Do they paddle back?
7 knots, and then they get out at whatever bar or restaurant they want to. Yeah.
That's some pretty clear water from what I can see here.
Yes, it is.
It's crystal clear.
See that now I look at bodies of water differently now. I'm like, I wonder how far I can see in that water. Is it brackish? Is it salt? I mean,
When I used to boat a lot, and when I'd go up in my boat and I'd be doing maybe, on a plane doing 25, 30 knots, you could actually see the sun hitting the bottom, and you could see where the sand was rippling, and it would ripple underneath, and the bottom was 40 feet down.
Yeah, that's clean water. That's definitely clean water.
so if you guys are interested in what I'm talking about, here's a link to it. Just click that and I'll get paid $1.
I already went on it.
You did?
Yeah.
Let me check and see. See what it says. Curtis, you have made $3.
There you go. See? Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Interesting. It's just I need to stop right now. I
So what are
do
they all
not need
out there
any
on
more
boats?
hobbies.
What's that?
They're all out there in boats.
No, they're all blow up. Like super huge rafts that they blow up, and there's an actual industry out there that makes these goofy things.
Oh hell no!
Some of them are like 10, 15 feet long, and
No, sir.
and in all different designs. Look at there.
There's the
There's
flamingo.
a swan like you saw in New York.
No,
I've seen actually that one. I've seen that one up close. That one's pretty big.
Yep.
Yeah, that one there is pretty big.
So is that water warm or?
It's about 76 degrees.
Oh hell! All you need is a colada, and then just wind up, see where you
Oh
go.
yeah, see, they're all drinking and having a good
Bottle of
time.
whiskey and you'll be fine.
Lawrence,
No.
Lawrence, stop it! You can't swim,
You're right.
so stop it.
Sign me up.
You're freaking right.
Someone make me a phone quote. Someone make me a
But you know
phone
how they lured a pig to slaughter? You was telling me with the jelly donut. You put a drink on it, and before you know it, I'm freaking on the damn thing and don't know where the hell I'm going.
Herman will go with you. Now here's a shot I took from over top of the swarm going there. If you see, look at all the floats right down here. They're unloading floats all up and down here. The beach is right
And
through.
they're just waiting to get into the water.
Yeah, just to,
Timothy says you can buy those at Sam's Club.
they're
those
carrying floats down there. There's floats all the way down this street. That's a Coast Guard.
I only get on boats that's 3 times the size of the shark.
Well,
Yes,
there's no sharks in the Great
like
Lakes.
the Staten Island ferry,
They said that about our water.
cruise ships.
No, it's freshwater. Sharks can't last in freshwater.
I get it.
I mean,
I
here's
don't get it. No boat.
He just Herman not
how they're going to get all that to the
There's a
water.
reason why sharks are in salt water and alligators are in fresh water.
Yep.
Well, look, they can both stay where the hell they at. All right. I'm not playing around with large bodies of water.
Nacho Rolling says, has anybody else got their shipping notice? Timothy says, no, not yet. Did you? And no, I haven't got my shipping notice. I'm still pending.
Why you got yours?
Pending.
What we've noticed, Curtis, is that little line that keeps progressing. The one about preparing,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it
Yeah.
keeps going.
So, Paul,
further,
where's
further.
yours now?
What's that?
Where's yours now? Still at the end?
It keeps long as it keeps
At the
moving,
end of
right?
preparing.
Huh?
End of preparing.
They're preparing the shipment.
Hey, yo, Justin.
I need one of those, Paul.
Justin, check it out.
I'll
Do
drive
what
there.
you said last night, right? I went on, and I found it with another vendor. I'm getting it tomorrow. So I canceled the other one.
Ah, see, you just gotta find the right vendor. That's
Yeah.
Well, I think we found the right vendor in Walmart if they come through.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really pissed off because I had to work Thursday morning, and by 6 o'clock I was already out my door, and I said I should listen to Roger's show.
Yep.
I probably would have told my boss, look, I need an advance really quick. Don't ask no questions, just give it to me.
Well, Herman slept in and didn't come. Yeah, no, he had to pick his father up right from the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Welcome back, Ray Hall.
I caught it. I'd have been all over that.
What's up, Ray? Glad to see you back, man.
Yeah, I got like a million phone calls. Yeah, it's crazy, yo.
That's okay. You're an important person, man.
I just finished like 107 camera job, man. People calling me, they can't connect. Like, boy, forget about it, man.
Rick Albert says the QC 5-fish V6 underwater drone is the one Dustin is reviewing right now. I saw that one. That was pretty cool.
Everyone's into these submersibles, man. I mean, I had no idea Dustin was doing Dustin had done so many. I'm gonna have to go through his archive.
Well, Herman likes to be in the water so much that he'll have one.
I mean, how cool is it that you can now go? I mean, I haven't done it yet, and I want to, but I mean, how cool is it to go out, grab some aerial footage with your Mavic, then throw your FPV drone up, grab some footage with that, then throw your GoPro on your Traxxas RC car, film with that, and then throw your submersible in, and do a whole vlog around that thing. I mean, that's, somebody that can do that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Justin, I have 2 of those. I have one for the Mavic Pro and one for the Mavic Zoom.
I'm telling you,
this is for the Zoom, the one that
the nighttime enhanced.
Got the night one for the Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah.
with Curtis, with all of those toys, we'll be going on vacation with just the clothes on our back.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah,
That's true.
I thought about doing it, because I really do want to come out and see you guys. And I thought about.
Just put on 4 t-shirts and go down there.
If I come see you guys, I'm gonna pre-mail all this stuff and just have it there waiting for me.
Yeah, they do that. They do that with golf clubs. I know guys who play golf. They pay more for the shipping on their golf clubs than they do on their own luggage.
I see they have a company now that's been advertising on the Golf Channel.
Yes.
They say ship your sticks. What?
Yep. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Lawrence, can you imagine that?
Hey, Fly Natural, welcome, man.
Going on vacation, you got on 5 outfits walking into the airport like this, and you got your drone on your back, and you got your submersible, and your remote control car, your RC car. Somebody, you going filming?
Justin, I heard you get ready to get a smart remote.
I've got one of those fold-up carts. It looks like your little red wagon thing, but I've got one of those to toss everything in and
crazy, right?
haul it all around.
You know what it is, Curtis? It's just a new way of making the shopping cart look nicer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got one because I figured it out. You can't get everything in a backpack, so you might as well just go ahead and.
It's got go-kart steering.
Right.
Whichever way you pull the handle, that's the way it turns. Yeah, I got one.
Right.
And it has a little zipper. You zip the whole thing up.
Mine, you just push it together, and there's a Velcro tie at the top, and it's a handle that you just pick up the whole thing.
Yeah, ours, you pull up the middle piece, and it pulls it in like an accordion.
Yep.
And then you zip the piece around it and zip it right up.
I don't have the zipper part of it on mine, but yeah, it's the same thing.
So, let's talk about this, Herman. Let's talk about this real quick. You have your little Phantom 3 behind you with the boosted controller.
Yeah.
But you would need that. You would need that boosted controller because that drone works off of Wi-Fi. But if you're using OctaSync 2, I don't think you need a booster in it.
No.
Nope, you don't.
Nope. That boosted antenna is not going to work on your drone.
And I'm trying to confirm that this is true, but I was told that the smart controller doesn't have that much distance as a regular controller.
It doesn't. It doesn't. In fact, we have a guy here who flips drones in New York, and he just put a boosted panel on the new remote. Edy Nunez, who was in here earlier, he did it to his new smart controller, and he flew from Bush Terminal Park all the way to Bayonne, New Jersey. Yeah. Now, I don't know in miles.
A company called Command Case.
In feet or whatever, probably have to pull it up. But that's a pretty decent trip. Whereas
there's a company called Command Case that you can contact.
Yeah, the smart controller and could not do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't justify paying $750 for a controller.
I keep telling you,
less range.
The Crystal Sky monitor, you'd be better off. Regular controller on the Crystal Sky.
Yeah, but both of them are Android. Both of them is crap. You ask me. For like that distance, that's what happens. It breaks down with the distance because of the Android. I don't have that problem with Apple. And I got OctaSync 2 with my birds.
Yeah, but with the Crystal Sky monitor, you're just connected to your controller. Your controller is doing the work.
So you don't need to have Wi-Fi constantly with that smart controller?
Plugs in. Just plugs in.
Yeah, because like the Advanced they had, that Phantom 4 Pro Advanced, you have to have Wi-Fi on that controller in order to get your maps and all of that, you know?
Yeah, no.
That's on the Plus controller, yeah.
On the Plus, yeah.
I had the Plus controller. That thing, oof.
Horrible, right?
I had to get rid of it.
Yes, that's why I want to sell it to you, bro. You wanted to buy it from me. I couldn't do it to you, baby. I couldn't do it to my home. You was after me for that. I'm like, bro, you don't want this.
No, because I actually got one and I was flying it and I was getting worse reception than my regular events. And I was just like, what the heck?
Listen, Lawrence, Herman, and John told me, and I was totally against those little parabolic crap things. But, you know, I realized for $5 and $6 over and spending $200-something on a mod antenna to get the same extra.
Let me explain something. With my parabolic reflectors, I can go just as far, or if not further, than anyone out there that's trying to do a distance test. You know why? Because for one, I'm a long distance flyer. For two, I watch that HD signal. If it even flickers,
Coming back.
I make a quarter of an inch to an eighth of an inch adjustment, and the bar comes back, right back.
Up a little higher, you know. Yeah.
But look, when I was on the beach, I had the Mavic Pro 1. I went almost 18,000
I have 8 miles.
away.
I have 8 miles of beach out here, Paul and Curtis. Okay, and if Herman didn't get nervous and turn back, Herman probably would have did a record trip of maybe about 6 miles. Okay, 3 down and 3 coming back. But I didn't notice until much later. He had mentioned it on live streams, but he had never been that far before.
Yeah, I just kept going and going.
No, because what I was doing was every 10 blocks, I would say go 10 more, and that'll make a mile. Go 10 more, that'll make half.
Going and going and going.
And Lauren, everybody, these guys going for these distance tests. Like, I'm not saying everybody, but the distance tests don't add life to your battery. I always tell people, keep that in mind. Keep going for that distance test.
Oh, no. It was just something to be doing at the time.
Not you. I'm just saying, like, those teardrop runs from here to there. Like,
oh, well.
There's nothing that adds life to your battery. Your battery has a particular amount of life.
You know what's funny? A lot of guys here, Curtis, in New York, do distance tests across large areas of water. And what they don't realize is just because it's not raining here doesn't mean it's not
raining over there.
Okay, just because the wind is 8 miles per hour here doesn't mean the wind is 15 there. And that's what people don't take into account.
And my thing is this, they go, I mean, I'm not saying they can listen, whatever. I'm not ratting nobody out, but you travel 17, 18,000 miles to get all the way to one place to take one shot to have to come right back. What is that about?
I think it's the thrill of going all the way out and making it back. It's not a camera drone at that particular point. It's a thrill drone.
Look, we don't want to blame DJI if things happen. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, but you don't travel, Curtis. You don't travel 1.2 miles to somewhere to take one picture, 2 pictures, and then you have to come back because if you don't, you won't make it back. And I try to tell people, as a guy looked at me and said, how come you don't fly with us? And I had to sound a little snooty, and I admitted, okay, Herman and I and Justin have turned bougie. All right, I don't fly for fun.
I've been like that.
I don't fly for fun. I can't afford to fly for fun. You know why? My drones are insured. If my drone goes down, State Farm will cut me a check right there. But I don't want to, and I don't feel I should have to take certain risk that I see other people taking.
Doing it. Nope. I'm not doing it.
You know, and New York is
I'm gonna drive the van in New Jersey.
If I have to fly over a certain distance to get a picture or video, I might as well get that much closer. Yeah. Where I know I have a solid signal and I know I don't have to worry about battery coming back. I know some guys here in New York that every time they go out, when they get to the destination, they're like, damn, I wonder if I'm gonna make it back. Why take the risk?
That's why I told you when we did the teardrop memorial, I wasn't going too far out over that water because I don't know who might be coming from the other side.
Yes. We were exactly in Bayonne, New Jersey, which is right across from Brooklyn, Bush Terminal. And guys that fly there fly straight across to Bayonne, New Jersey all the time to catch a cruise ship that's docked. Yeah. You know, so you don't want to be flying out over the water and risk a near miss. And people think that it's but all that air up there that it's hard to hit somebody, baloney. When people don't communicate altitude,
Same amount of space that's around you.
yeah.
And check this out. Everybody joysticks is not calibrated. I guarantee when they think they're going straight, they're going to the left or the right. Guarantee you. 99% of the people don't calibrate this.
At least, well, I'll say this, and Paul will probably wake up after I say this, but when I flew the Mavic 2 Pro, and you push it forward, it goes straight forward.
Okay, there you go.
I'll admit that. It does go straight forward, but the reason is the Mavic controllers have a little notch.
Mm-hmm. You gotta find that notch.
And once you're in that notch, it will go perfectly forward. And I think they should put that notch in every controller, at least the forward one. Yeah. If they don't put back, left, or right, who cares?
Random controls are designed for men. You know what I'm saying?
Someone get him a Merce.
That's got no touch.
Yeah, but Herman, as a man, you know where that sweet spot is, right in the middle. That's what we're talking about.
Hear it sing?
Yeah. Oh man, sweet spot.
All I know is when I'm flying my drone last night. Oh, I was flying into. I couldn't fly. This is a lie. I could not fly into the no-fly zone. But where we were, they had changed the flight path of the airplanes. I guess due to the fog or whatever. And as I would go down the beach, I would head straight, and then all of a sudden my drone would turn counter to about the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock position and start going straight like this. And Herman was like, was that your drone sliding? And I look at the no-fly zone. The drone was sliding on the border of the no-fly zone on a curve, right? Which was kind of funny, but after Herman called it to my attention, I was like, well, I guess I can't go in that direction.
Hey, Herman, can you see that? Looks like a boat, right?
Yeah.
That's a raft.
See, I'm not doing that.
That's a blow-up raft. It looks like a boat.
Blow-up raft?
See, I'm not doing that.
We got to find someone that can make a P4 raft, and we all get on one of those.
Yeah, right?
See how it moves in the waves?
Uh-huh.
That is just nothing more than a blow up like a raft.
Doll.
Yep.
You were gonna say blow up doll. Say it.
Well, yeah, that too.
Don't say it.
But see how it's all flexing and moving? But it looks, from a distance, it looks like a boat.
Yes.
From a distance, but when
but all someone has to do is throw a dart at it and you're done.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, no, I'm good.
And you can see I'm hovering in place. See how fast that water's moving, Curtis?
That is a pretty quick current there.
Yeah.
What do they do? It pulls over to the nearest bar? Or what? Homing device for bars? What? How
they all know where they are. A lot of the bars back right up to the water.
Oh, so you can just go bar and start paddling.
Yep.
That's not good.
And if you miss this one, you catch the next one. You catch the next one.
Uh-huh.
But what's messed up is now they started way up there, and they're probably a mile or two downriver.
Drunker than ever.
Good.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Val.
Waving the ball flying by.
I was wondering who you were talking to. I see the nose right there.
Yeah, my Saint Bernard. Little Saint Bernard. Such a baby.
No way in hell a full-size Saint Bernard is a baby.
Yeah. She was the runt of the litter, so she's not as big as she could be.
Yeah, I'm the runt of my family, and I'm 6'3". Come on.
So, Paul Timothy Huxell says next year we should meet up and do that float.
There you go.
We should.
I will be on dry ground.
I will get on the float.
I'll film.
I'll be underwater with the drone.
Yeah, and Herman and Lawrence will be on the float, and we'll hover around.
I'll be on the ground filming.
No. Guys, come on. Can you swim?
No.
I can swim.
No.
Huh?
Yes, I can swim.
Lawrence can't swim. You can't swim, darling?
Listen, I'm only waterproof as long as I can hold my breath.
If I couldn't swim, I wouldn't be here with everybody today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can almost see Herman and Lawrence on one of these right here, these floats.
All stop.
Why are they all together?
Key word is almost.
They're sharing booze, is what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good mixture.
Yeah,
Deep water.
they tether them all together,
Yeah.
and they float down river.
Down together like a big party.
They had that in that movie that came out in the 70s too.
Yep.
Which one, Jaws?
Yeah, that one. Just they were using those catamaran.
He said he'll bring his sub. Curtis can bring his.
Curtis can bring his sub, and Herman will be on one of the floaties, and he can do on the spot reporting from the floaties.
You can put Val on the float, and I'll fly overhead with you with the drones.
Oh, okay.
Me all alone?
You can put Lawrence on the float with you.
No. We do not.
Justin, you want to go on a float?
No.
Paul.
Paul's like,
Ray
I'm
Hall.
gonna tell you.
Let's do it.
Lion.
I'll tell you right now. With all
Hey
this,
Ray, I check out the chat. I put the link in the chat for you.
All right, cool. Thanks.
if it's up to me to freaking get on the float or stay on the ground, guess what I'm doing?
There you go, Val. I can see you and Herman on that.
What is that?
Right there.
No, I'm good. Right out.
Looks like a duck or something.
But yeah, those guys could live stream right from the river.
All right, live stream as they're floating down. Yes.
See, we go down the Boise River in inner tubes.
That's so old.
That's just as silly. Okay.
Inner tubes.
I went to the water park and floated around their fake river.
Next, you'll be telling me about going over the fall in a barrel.
No, all I can tell you is my roommate Kevin and I had gone on the river. We were in this big, well, not a huge raft, but enough room for both of us, or not small. And when I told him to start paddling because they're getting ready to go over this deep thing, he started going across the front of the boat. All I can tell you is we were spinning like a top. I just kept hitting him with my paddle all the way, telling him, stop. The more I told him stop, the faster he rode.
See, I don't play that.
Hey Ray, while you're looking,
Homie, don't play that, Lawrence said.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Ray, while you're looking at that, I also put a link to the video that I did of the underwater drone. I just put a link in the chat if you want to check that out later.
He's got a submersible, and Ray, you right there in Red Hook.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna see nothing in that water. That water too murky, bro.
Oh, Ray, you would be surprised.
No, listen, I used a friend of mine like 2 weeks ago, and forget about it. It was horrible.
So this has one of the things that I haven't told you guys about is this has live color correction. So when you're underwater, you're able to do color correction live on the spot, and you're able to clear up a lot of that murkiness right there. You'd be really, really surprised because this was some pretty dark water I was in.
That could be the Val's Life alumnus party right there.
And they tell me it's all in the red slider that you pull the red slider down and start pulling the reds out, and everything just clears up for you.
What'd you say, Ray? We didn't hear you.
I have to check that one out. But I'm going to Aruba probably shortly. So
this could be in clear water down there.
Yeah.
That thing.
Oh, dude, that'll be phenomenal. Yeah. That will be phenomenal.
Colors that you could pick up on the water.
Friendly. It's crazy.
What's that, Justin?
Aruba is drone friendly too, except for at night.
Oh yeah.
Except for at night.
Yeah, I don't know.
The biggest trick, the biggest trick to this thing is to stay off the bottom. Right. When you get it, the first thing you want to, if you can get in a swimming pool first and learn to maneuver it, because it is like flying a drone in Edy mode, because when you go down and you come off the throttle, you're still going to go down a little bit more. When you go forward, you're not just going to stop. So that's the biggest thing. When you hit the bottom, you kick up all that silt and all that stuff in the bottom from the props with the downward thrust on them. You're not going to damage the drone. Some guys have picked up rocks. I take that back. You can get a rock in there, and you'll need to bring it back and get the rock out, but you'll be okay.
There you go, Herman. They're waving crazy. Hello to you, Herman, right there. See, they're waving, saying, "Herman,
that's just ridiculous."
Next year.
So they're waving the Val. Is that something he wants to try?
We could start on Rockaway Beach, do a test run.
There you go.
Start out in Rockaway Beach and wind up in the UK. That's what direction the water's traveling. So
What's up, Mr. Crowley and his drone? Welcome aboard, man.
What's up, Mr.
And
Crowley?
Curtis also said you can add extra tethers to it. You just undo the connection, put one on, and you can go from what would you say? It was 300-foot tether.
It's 100 meters tether that it comes. You can get a 50 or 100, but you can add on to that, from what I understand. But that's a long ways though.
Well, what I was thinking laterally, like if you wanted to stay on the shore, like Herman is indicating, you know.
My fear of that is that you will have a boat cross your path and you'll get the tether cut.
Oh yeah.
That's my fear there. And I know for sure I've seen so many drone pilots do things that are just insane. I don't know where they came up with the idea. I just know somebody's going to get one of these and do that. And of course they're going to blame the company somehow, or hopefully they'll blame DJI, but and not chasing innovations, but because DJI gets blamed for everything.
That's true.
I'm actually kind of surprised because, the problems that DJI has had with this sharing information or collecting information and sending it back to China, their sales have kind of plummeted, and, government agencies aren't allowed to use it. So what we've seen from DJI lately, it's a lot of products that are just normal products that everybody can use, expanding their lineup to keep sales going. I'm surprised that DJI hasn't jumped in on this underwater drone thing.
Maybe
don't say it too loud.
They may be coming out with something right around the corner. You never know.
You never know what their research and development has. I'm quite sure people are stabbing themselves in the brain saying, why don't you put this out already? And we know the reason. There's no need to. They're still spoon feeding us the technology that's what? How old is OcuSync now?
First Inspire, like
what, 2 years now? OcuSync, a year and a half old now?
Yeah.
A little more than that.
Yeah, that's it. Let me tell you something. A computer year, a technical year is every 6 months. Okay,
yeah.
So technically,
well, we saw that for the longest time with drones. This has become the droneless summers. Everybody's kind of calling it that because, they're not releasing anything.
Right.
And I even mentioned to the folks at Chasing, I said, there's a lot of guys that have gotten used to this release pattern. They've started saving up money knowing that, a new drone is coming in 6 months. And they've got money right now. So this is a good time for, somebody like Chasing with the Gladius Mini to release a product that everybody can purchase in that price range.
What'd you say, Ray?
So Herman couldn't wait any longer.
I couldn't wait any longer. I knew what I wanted.
I know what you wanted.
Well, that's okay. All right, Ray, you weren't here, but
Christmas is coming again.
Last week, Ray, I said as a birthday gift to myself, I would get the Mavic 2P.
Yeah, but I saw you flying. Did you get it?
No, that was just that. John was like, "You want to fly my Mavic 2 Pro?" And I'm like, "No, dude.
He wants to get it with the first
drone. Be my luck. It gets struck by lightning. Any stupid thing would happen." And he goes, "Man, you flew my Mavic 2 Zoom. Nothing happened." And what's messed up? He goes, I trust your flying. You're an accomplished flyer. That has nothing to do with Murphy's Law."
Yeah.
But so he says, "Bring your drone back. Take the SD card out." So I took the SD card out of my Mavic Pro and put it in his bird. And where we were by the Lujiang over there, we were by the Federal Impound, the auto impound over there. We were on their pier there, and I flew from there straight across the water past the Lujiang to some church, and I just took some pictures and stuff. Yeah. It's a nice bird. I like the way she's a little fast. I will admit that. I got across the water like that. I went over to the propeller over in Bush Terminal. Nothing spectacular, but I do like it.
Hey, Herman.
Yeah.
Look at these people here. They have a model of the Titanic. There's one person.
That's just crazy.
One person, one person, and one person, and they were actually pedaling, and in the back of it has a prop that's turning.
And that's a raft?
No, I don't know what that is. I don't think it's a raft. I think it's a boat they built.
I thought Val would have mentioned her live stream afterwards, but I guess she went to go set up.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell me you got your 15-footer, I'm with you.
Listen, 115 footer.
See how the gal there? She's like pumping something. I don't know what. Right there.
Yeah, it's a pedal. I see.
I'm good.
Yeah, they all leg power.
Hey, if one goes, we all go down with the ship.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Not dealing with that one. The boat with the motor. No, I'm not talking about that. Not that even.
So Lawrence, so you wouldn't get one then? You saying?
Lawrence is gonna get a Mavic 2 Pro. Yes.
Yeah.
And one of those blow-up rafts.
Yeah, I
started, and another underwater drone.
Underwater drone.
Actually started saving, and some guys got me started in that direction. I had mentioned that I was going to get it, and last week they donated towards the Lawrence Needs a Mavic 2 Pro fund, and they got me started. So now I'm committed.
Hold on a second, Lawrence. What about $25 at?
What? You mean what's $25 minus 30%?
Wow.
Well, actually, I didn't know it, but Walmart had Mavic 2 Pros on sale too on Friday. But we were all jumping on the.
Everyone was jumping. Ray, you didn't hear about that, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't hear of Ray. Ray doesn't know what's going on. Walmart, Ray, either got hacked or someone screwed up their computer system, and Inspire 2s were going for $50 a pop.
No, $24. Something.
$24 a pop.
Mine was 27 plus tax.
I heard about that, but not one person left that fucking store with that drone for $24. Trust me.
No.
Oh, it was online only.
No, not true, Ray. Not true.
Maybe online, but I know a guy who
not out the store. No, not out the store. Okay. Online. Some guys
ordering them online.
But the guy went to the store because he didn't have a credit card to do it online, so he went to the store and showed the guy it's the same thing. I need the same price. They said, "Nah, it's a problem. Something went wrong with that one." You should have said $2,400 instead of $24.
It's advertised price.
Yeah, but they didn't give it to
much. There are people online who made purchases, and there's still a lot of accounts pending, which is actually a good thing. But tomorrow will be the true test.
Yeah. That'll be then the bells get rung.
Monday will be the true test. The first business.
I'm gonna have to make a trip to Paul's house and some negotiation.
Right. Either people are gonna find the money, just waiting for it. See, Timothy also brought an Inspire 2, waiting for it to ship.
Ray, here's my order.
Okay.
Paul just printed it out.
I ordered 2 of the Inspire 2s. Just the regular package, which normally retails for $4,149.
Right.
Paid $55.98 for both of them with free shipping. Then I ordered 4 of the deluxe models with extra batteries, with the bigger camera and everything else. And I paid a whopping $171.96 for 4 of them total.
I see.
With free shipping. And the retail value on the 4 is
$20,000, right?
Is $8,299, and the 2 is retail is $6,599, or with 2 is $26,000 for the 4 and $9,000 for the 2. Total retail value of $34,695 for $248.
Yeah.
So, and do you know what's funny? Because I went to the website the next day, and the cheapest drone they had on there was for $3,000 without a camera. Yeah. The most expensive one they had was for $20,000, which came with 4 or 5 cameras, about 10 to 12 batteries, and everything else it could possibly come with.
Yeah.
And all of that, yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I could afford $20,000 for a freaking drone, I don't think it would be a DJI. It would probably be, if it was, it would probably be like a Matrice or something.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Well, that's DJI.
Yeah.
But you'd be getting up into the
commercial, brother, because they don't give it to you credit forever.
What happened?
I said, if they don't give it to them, which I pray they do, they're gonna try to come up with all kinds of excuses.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're gonna.
$1,000 credit for this and all that.
Ray, I agree. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna they're gonna say, "Gee, sorry, here's a $25 gift certificate to."
Exactly. They ain't giving that up.
To Walmart.com.
They got security for features like that. Somebody do things like that. They ain't stupid. Walmart is huge, man.
But here's what we're thinking is, because I called Walmart's customer service and I asked about who it was. It was coming from third-party ship, and they said, "Oh yeah, that's a big major distribution center for other companies, and they have warehouses full of this products, and they ship them right out of there." And I says, "Are they pretty good at that?" And he said, "I bet they're shipping it right now," he said, because he looked it up.
Uh-huh.
And I says, "Oh boy, I'm hoping the bosses are off for the bosses are away for the weekend, and those babies get shipped." But
let's do a box opening, an unboxing on all the babies, yo.
Well, I ordered 6, and then I tried to order 10, but the order didn't go through. So
what's going on? Wow, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but Ray, it wasn't just Inspires. It was everything on their site. It was cameras, DSLRs, Mavic 2 Pros.
That's why it's a problem. Because normally with Walmart, they don't do that on all the items like that. So they're not playing with them.
And our first thought was somebody was going to kick the boss in the shins on the way out the door.
Yeah.
I'll show them.
This is the thing I'm worried about now. That everybody that might have jumped on that. What happens if your credit card is being tapped purposely?
Yeah.
Because they know people. Oh, $24 for Inspire. Put your credit card on it. Put your credit card on it. Next thing you know, you're being bumped in the rear. Like,
yeah, I used a debit card that doesn't have any credit.
My man, you from the hood, man. You from the hood, bro. Yeah, you from the hood. And I don't mean the neighborhood.
A debit card that has zero balance. And
yeah, I don't mean the neighborhood either.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Paul. And when I shop on Bang You Good, that's what I use.
Bang You Good.
Yeah. So when I shop on, now keep in mind, they have a VIP level 1 through 6. I'm a 4. So when I order stuff, people talk about a month, 3 weeks. I usually get stuff in a week and a half.
Yep.
So and that's only because I've been dealing with them for about 3 years now. You know, but you first time guys, I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have to wait a month.
So Bang You Good?
From Bang You Good. Yeah.
So the TFR is off now. I'm about to go fly. You down home? Let's go.
Yep. And we need to do a drop, right?
Rumble out there.
Oh my God.
Nothing
going on out there. It's clear skies.
Nothing going on.
Clear skies out there.
I see blue skies here on Pacific.
I see blue skies here too, but I heard rumbling.
You sure it wasn't a rumble in the block in the hood, was it?
Right?
Yeah, I know the difference.
Paul sharp with it, boy. Paul sharp with it. I mean, sharp with it.
Hey, Justin, when are you going to pick up these ESCs?
Where you planning on going, right?
I know.
Either tomorrow.
I'm tomorrow. By the Brooklyn Bridge tonight. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
Brooklyn Bridge. I need a freaking motorcycle or something, man.
Yeah.
So I can get.
Call up Jose, see if he still got that scooter.
Oh, so you don't make me give you the bird.
He got rid of that when he fell. He got rid of that.
Listen, I don't know how fast he was going or what he did to get thrown from that scooter, but when he fell and said he broke his collarbone and had hurt his arm. Okay.
Where is that scooter? I want it.
Well, he got rid of the scooter quick.
You heard me, Jess? But why so?
You guys are mean, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
You mean no harm.
Deal with this. All I know is one thing: he sold that sucker quick.
Yeah. So Jose sells some stuff, man. He sells his V2 quick. He sells his stuff.
Yeah, but he did tell me, and he has a Mavic too.
Yep.
Zoom. He told me the worst thing he could have ever did was sold that Phantom 4 V2.
That's right. That's right.
He told me that was the worst thing he could have did, and he misses it dearly. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some time and point either he got the Phantom back, or I could see him getting the Phantom 4 back.
Because they back on the market now, right?
Yes, they are.
They're slowly
They
coming
sold
back.
out though.
Yeah, they're on back order. I saw.
That's okay. That's all right.
The Mavic 2 Pro is sold out too.
Timothy said he maxed his card out.
Mavic 2 Pro sold out?
Not good, Timothy.
Yeah, on DJI.
You want to hide those things from the wife.
Crazy.
And don't say it on the internet.
Oh, he jumped on that sale too?
Oh yeah.
One got the deal over there, yo.
But don't sleep. Micro Center has a lot in stock.
Open box, baby. Open box.
What Micro
So
Center?
you could get a Mavic first version, fly more kit for probably $400 from Micro Center.
Tell you. But how about do you one better? I'll buy it, open it up, send it back, and then we split the profits. And I buy a lot of open box from Micro Center. Man.
Micro Center, you can do that because you have guys that buy it and bring it back the same day or the next day. I've heard of people buying drones there.
What they do, they'll buy it and use it for one day and just return it.
I got 2 Mavic Pro batteries for like $49 a piece on an open box.
Okay, how many charges?
One had one charge, one had no charges.
Wow.
Yeah. Matt went over there and got 2 for himself for like $89 a piece.
But the beauty of it is you could buy the additional warranty. So if it goes bad within
That's what I do.
6 months or a year,
Send it back.
turn it back and you get your money
What's
right.
that, Paul? A
There I am there sitting on my stool flying right there. And Mia's in the front seat of the truck.
In the air conditioning, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Lawrence is trying to set you up for Peter.
I'm just making sure that she's in air conditioning.
Oh, she's got the radio going and
Well,
Jumping from the
it's
front seat to the
7:01.
back seat.
Val's show is about to come on. We need to do this drop real quick, and I guess we can get out of here and jump over to Val's.
Or fly.
Just show some support, or fly, or fly. What are you saying, Justin?
Fly. This Inspire needs to spread his wings some more.
Yeah.
The battery, your batteries are charged for the Inspire?
Yeah.
He goes,
Fully
yeah.
charged.
I still got
Fully charged.
3.5 batteries from last night, you know.
hey Justin, I want to show you something if I can grab it real quick here.
And by the way, I just got the controller for the second controller for the Inspire for $85 off of eBay with the extender already
Oh,
installed.
okay. So now you got 2 controllers. All right, flight lessons on the Inspire.
Woo-hoo. Free of charge. We won't charge you $40. Oh, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
That's why I got a second controller for my Mavic 2 Pro. I'll be training people with that too.
The no $40 free of charge.
Justin, you flew it already?
There you go, Justin. Yeah, last night.
Yeah, I flew it. It's pretty.
There you go, Justin. You can have
That thing
Paul
moves.
his hat.
It moves, man.
Ooh.
Yep. When I got my Inspire ones, I ordered 6 of these.
Wow.
This one's still brand new in the bag.
Ooh, nice. So is this a
And
trend? Everything you
it's
order,
a good hat. It's got the adjustable and everything.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, see, that's the OG style hat with the adjustable.
Yep.
So
And
Paul,
he
is this a
can-
trend that everything you order 6 of?
What's that?
I said, is this a trend? Everything you order 6 of them?
Yeah, that's about the way it works. Well, you know, they get dirty and you got to throw them away, and then you just grab another new one, you know?
Got disposables.
That's very bougie, Paul.
How's
Listen.
the charger for the Mavic 2? The
Let's
portable
do this drop and get out of here real quick.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by,
Those guys.
Guys.
and we'd like to thank all of you guys for hanging out with us. We're going to jump over to Val's Life right